Hey, 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 we're back again. Coon Prairie Ramblers. Hoot, hoot. Hey, by the way, how you spell hoot, hoot?
What
Hey,
show?
on Facebook. Woot, Is it woot, woot or hoot, hoot?
Woot woot's
Well, if you're an
different.
owl, it's hoot hoot.
Hoot hoot's different.
I don't do woot woot. That's a little frou frou for me.
Woot, woot. I see it different ways, and I never know.
We're more like yeehaw people.
I don't know if they do it, or if they're doing it right or not. You know?
Oh, what time is it?
Oh, it's that time again.
What time?
I beg your pardon.
It's that time for that if bomb.
It's
Oh,
bomb.
no.
Yeah.
All
Y'all
righty.
ready?
Y'all ready? Here she comes.
Uh-oh. Take cover. Ow.
Goodness. Casey is going to spring one on us. He said he's going to surprise us
We're going to do
today.
something a little different today. Usually when we have the if bombs, we are forewarned,
Yes.
forearmed. We are did a little thought about what we're going to say or whatever. But I'm going to spring a little question on these two
Gee,
yahoos
thanks. We'll get you back.
and get their take on what I ask them, and that's going to be our what if.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
What if what?
What if I asked
I can
you?
go bathroom.
What if I said the word twilight?
Yeah.
What does that evoke to you?
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time.
When you said that, I thought Twilight Zone.
It evokes a lot of different things.
Vampire movies.
Well, okay.
And Billy Mummy going, sitting at the radios.
At the time of day,
television.
Danger, Will Robinson.
if we're talking about the time of day and I say twilight, what are you thinking of?
Dusk.
Dusk. What is dusk?
Dusk is when you need to have your headlights on if you're driving.
Is it the time before
The sun is gone and
the
it's
time
starting to
before
darken.
daylight or the time before dark? Is it the
It's
daylight?
before dark.
Okay. It's actually both. It's either.
Really?
It works either way.
Twilight is the time before it gets daylight.
What does twi mean? Twi.
Why?
Try would be
Twi.
three, but twi means something.
Or maybe
That's
it's
the
somebody
person.
trying to say try.
It means just try to see. Just try to see where you're going and
Yeah.
try to turn your headlights.
So if I say twilight to you, your first thing you'll think of is the position of the sun, or is it?
I think it's gone.
The sun's going down.
I think it's out of
Some
sight.
people are going to think of it as the sun coming up. It's either. It is either.
Yeah.
Twilight. I think what most of us think of twilight, we think of the sun going down. Mm-hmm. So when you think of twilight, to one person, it's the beginning, and one person, it's the end. So if I said that we are living in the twilight of our lives, that would be we're in towards the
That's depressing.
evening.
The sun is setting.
But
The sun is setting.
if
The
you
light's
wanted
fading.
to, you could take the same statement
Oh, my goodness.
and think of it as the beginning.
I'm
As
a
the
little old to
beginning
be-
of a day.
I would rather think of it as the beginning.
I'm a little too old to be beginning anything. I'm beginning to die, maybe.
But twilight is that dust period of time before.
Well, I
it's-
didn't know that. I thought Twilight was evening.
Exclusively.
Yeah.
No,
Exclusively.
it's not.
Yeah,
It's-
because when I always think
Well,
of
it's a time
someone
of the
in the
morning.
twilight of their life that they're getting ready to die.
But it's kind of not fair to the morning because in the evening if you have twilight for both, but in the evening you also have dusk. Morning only gets twilight, or does morning get daybreak? Maybe is that the opposite of dusk? Daybreak and dusk.
Well, dusk is at daybreak too. It's that
I thought
time
dusk was at night.
No, dusk is just that time before it's
It's like
it's like
it's
a
a
mix.
cinnamon.
It's like a mix between daylight and
Dusk
dark.
means dark, darkish, dusky.
Like a Jim Morrison song, "A Dusky Maiden" or "The Dusky Lady."
Yeah.
Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name?
Dusky.
Dusky?
Yeah.
Dusky's in that song?
Yeah, he has the girl that he's singing the song to
Yeah.
is a dusky woman.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who seen it? He saw a black woman on the beach. She
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the first thing he thought of in his mind was, "Hey, would you tell me what your name is?" And he wrote the song about that.
Made a big hit out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big hit. But
Huh.
it was an actual event.
Yeah.
So he was dusk. He was using that.
Wasn't there a black wrestler named Dusky Rhodes? Oh, wait, never mind.
No,
Dusty Rhodes. He was a white boy.
Dusty
The
Road.
American Dream. Wasn't he on the
Take
American
me
Dream?
home.
American Dream, babies. I'd like to say a big shout out to my fellow babies out there. This is Dusty Rhodes. I'm going to put this bionic elbow upside your head.
So if you think of Twilight, then you have your choice either way of thinking of a beginning
Yep.
of a day or the end of a day. You think about the light being replaced by the darkness, or you have the thought of the dark being replaced by the daylight.
And some people prefer sunrise to sunsets or nighttime to daytime.
And I love them both.
Do you? I rarely see the day break. Hardly ever.
It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a
It's
million
one
of your
my
pictures.
The thing I like about it, to me, it is
The dews
like
on
a
the
new
grass.
beginning. It's like a
and
new beginning.
Glistening
The
out
whole,
there.
it's a new day, you know. There's a new day dawning. But anyhow, that take much breaking the song
We're
around
going to keep
here.
our day job, trust me.
Yeah.
They don't even pay us to do this.
But I like the thought of a new day. New
It's time to
beginning.
start over, wipe the slate clean. What can I
Right,
make
exactly,
this day?
right.
What can I accomplish? Or will
Well,
I?
what can I've been given this period of time now.
I've wasted way
Well-
more days than I did anything with,
Right.
sadly.
I've wasted more nights, too.
Yeah, well, I'm asleep at night, so
So, and then you got the beginning of a new day, and actually the evening twilight
twilight.
is the end of the daylight hours, not the end of the day. The day ends at
Yeah.
12 o'clock at night and begins at 12 o'clock at night. A lot of people like to think that the day begins technically, the day does begin technically at 12 o'clock.
So it's always daytime.
Somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, if the day begins at midnight and it ends at midnight, it's always daytime.
But, the twilight also, for some reason, I think of I don't know if maybe that's the twi. You were asking about the twi. I get this picture of, Mel was saying something about the particles that twinkle in the air.
Yeah.
And there's a picture I took of,
in dry air,
Right.
wintry dry air. Yeah.
there's a picture I took of my grandson on a horse, and he's backlit by the sun.
Cool.
And I don't know what kind of bugs they are. They're not like a regular fly. They're small.
Gnats.
No, they're bigger than that. I'm not sure. But anyhow, they just lit up all the way around him.
Wow, I
It
want to
had
see
a
that.
very surreal,
Yeah.
ethereal
And I love silhouettes
thing.
anyway.
Yeah, and here he's got all these little sparkly things around him,
You-
like they're twinkling, like twinkle, twinkle, little star. Maybe that has something to do with the twi. And twinkle,
Twee,
maybe?
twi.
Could be. Is that in your computer? You need to send that picture to Mel so he can put it on the
Yeah.
segment
I'll
for
have to find it,
YouTube.
but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
please
somewhere
do
on
that.
there.
I'd love to see it.
It's a neat picture. I mean, it just happened. It's not like one I planned. I planned on
Serendipity.
taking the picture of him there, but I had no idea that those little bugs were going to be out there. And it almost looks like magical or something. Like,
Wow. You were the right place at the right time.
and that was the twilight
Yeah.
The
of
twilight.
the end of a day.
Yeah.
But there's also, of course, y'all don't get up early like I do.
No.
If you go outside sometimes, you'll see the rays of light. And like you mentioned, the particles. And you'll see the particles of things that are in the air. And they take on that little otherworldly kind of look about them. I mean, like it's like a magical thing.
It's kind of like a ray of light coming through a window and there's
Right,
dust particles floating around.
exactly what we're
That's a
talking
cool
about.
scene.
It is. And you get that in the mornings a lot of times. The other thing you get in the mornings a lot, and you don't ever see this in the evening, is what we call ground fog. Are you familiar with ground fog? It's just that little layer of fog that's maybe 4 or 5 foot off the ground. It doesn't go up, like cloud height.
It's like something out of a horror movie. They walk through.
Right, exactly. and that's a really cool look.
Yeah, that's when the werewolf comes by.
That's exactly right. So they better have your silver
Yeah, well,
boots.
he's probably headed to the woods because it's breaking day right then, and he
That's
doesn't want
right.
to be out there during the daylight.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
What's he going to do in the woods?
Hide
Same
from
things
the
bears do.
Oh,
light. Hide from the light, I guess.
oh man.
Yeah, that's what
Now
they
he's going to be
call.
found laying on the ground like, oh, what happened to me?
Disoriented.
Yeah.
Malfunctioning.
So
Malfunction.
with all this newfound knowledge that I may be lying about or may not.
Well,
Yeah, he
crap.
got
Yeah,
it.
so you still, so when I say twilight, you will still think of the nighttime. To you, that will
Yes,
always be
right.
It's always
night. The sun going down, that little time till the last rays of light have gone, and you still get rays of light before and after the sun comes up or the sun goes down.
Yeah, you can see it.
To me,
shooting
that's
up
a
into
real
the sky.
magical time. That's when things are just,
Yeah.
and, you know, and the photographers call that morning light and the evening light the golden hour.
Really?
Golden hour.
But the golden hour doesn't last an hour. It usually lasts, sometimes like when that sun's going down, it might last 15, 20 minutes.
What is it? Sometimes when we look out, we're sitting down for supper or something like that, and we look out the back sliding glass window door, and everything, all of a sudden, for a brief moment, everything turns yellow.
The green flash.
Huh?
The green flash.
The green flash. It turns yellow.
You know, I've never seen oil because
There's this like a yellow
me
hue
mellow
or
yellow.
something. Everything, like, look at it, everything's yellow out there.
well, I think a lot
what
has to
this-
do because of the refraction of the
Yeah.
sunlight through the.
And so
As it's lower on the ground,
At a
yeah.
certain time, it doesn't
It's
last
like a
very
golden
long.
glow on everything.
Yeah, golden
Right.
glow. Yeah,
I've seen that.
yeah. It doesn't
But-
last very long, but it's
I'm going to tell a photography
Uh-oh.
trick
yeah.
A trick, all right.
that is
I'm gonna take notes.
most people are going to be able to use this now. A lot of people don't realize it. The best time to take a picture of anybody, a photograph, is early morning or just before dark. When the sun's still up and bright and it's shining right in your face. It's like this huge glow of light.
Aura.
If it's in the middle of the day and it's straight up over your head,
You get
it's
bad
casting
shadows.
some weird shadows and
Bad
things on
shadows.
you. That time you need to get in the shade,
That's
what they
right.
call open shade, where you still have light, but it's not from the direct sun. But when that direct sun and it's going down and it's got that little kind of a golden glow to it, it just makes for beautiful portraits. And it's the same
remember
thing
that.
in the morning and the same thing at night. There's that light. It's hard to look at it, but
Have you shared this knowledge with anybody?
He has now.
well, it's been shared with me. I knew it all kind of, but yeah.
All right, speaking of twilight, we're in the twilight of this segment right here. We're going to have to back on at it because the sun is setting. So y'all keep on sitting around for a while, listening to your radio or whatever you listen to us on and enjoying it. And we
Happy
appreciate it.
Thanksgiving. Or whichever.
Happy Thanksgiving. It'll be after that. All right, Kenneth, what is our frequency?
1480 AM on your radio dial, WFLN. One of these days we'll have to play that song for them.
Here we will.
No.